Some people might say that I'm as a good a shot as a stormtrooper. They'd be right. They'd be right. But let me introduce you to the Crosman ST-1, which is a little bit stormtrooper. I was actually taking the pee out of myself there, but you know, I may as well because you guys will anyway. So anyway, moving on. Hi guys, this is RACKNLOAD. This is the Crosman ST-1. This is a CO2 powered BB smoothbore rifle. It's about garden plinker. It is pretty cool. In some countries you can get this in full auto. Here in good old Blighty it is just semi-auto, but it is pretty good fun. It is pretty good fun. I've got dust all over my rack table already. God, I should have cleaned up beforehand. But no, this is a real cool bit of kit. Let me tell you more about it. So, in fact, I'm just going to refer to the box because it's got everything on the box. So, in fact, we're going to just look at the box first of all. This is the box you get. Pretty cool box. Inside the box, we're doing this totally backwards to what I usually do. It's all sort of laid out, it's all broken down, which I'll show you in a minute. But there is the manual, all usual do's and don'ts in different languages. It's not the greatest of manuals, but it gets you going. Now, let's look at the specs on this thing before we sort of get down and dirty. So, it is semi-automatic. It takes two 12-gram CO2 cartridges. It's 4.5mm, it's BB, steel BBs. The magazine's quite interesting because the actual, you'll get 25 shots, but the rest of the magazine will hold about 300 shots. It weighs in at 5.3 pounds. It's got like an AR-15 style safety selector on it. And up to, I didn't chrono it to be honest, but it's a plinking rifle, but they reckon up to 430 feet per second. But yeah, that's the box. So, like I said, you get about 300 shots. 300 BBs in the magazine. The magazine is where all the magic happens with this rifle. But let's have a bit of a talk about it first of all. So, like I said, it's about garden plinker. You know, it is what it is, but it's quite cool and it's pretty solidly built. Do you know what? It feels more sturdy than my Smith & Wesson 1522 22LR rifle. It feels more sturdy. Adjustable stock there, 2 position. So you just press that button. Nice and simple to do. Not one-handed mine, but there you go. It's simple as that. You've got sling attachment there. Picatinny rail, it's all polymer, comes with a red dot sight, which is pretty good. Safety selector there's your safety, there's your semi-auto, and your full auto doesn't work. It is blowback action every time you fire it. You have got some, excuse me, a bit of a handguard going on with segments of Picatinny rail sort of in the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock position, and obviously top and bottom. Looks really cool. And then you've got like this suppressor sort of moderator. This is quite interesting because basically you press this button and turn it and it pops off like that, and it locks in with those sort of lugs like that. And you've got your moderator stroke barrel, because that's a barrel extension as well. No, I didn't try it that short. Maybe I should have. Might have been quite fun. But that's quite interesting. Maybe it don't work like that, just to keep it legal. Who knows? Let's try that actually. I have got a bit of gas in it. Let's cock it, see if it actually works. Oh yeah, it does work like that. All right, and so there you go. But that's the sort of main sort of, you know, interest to me. I think that is a very interesting point, is the way this comes off. Getting it back on, mind, you've got to get it the right way, he says. I think that's it. You pull it, you push it on, turn and lock. Now the magazine is quite interesting. It's a bit of a beast, the magazine is. But what you have to do is, you've got like this little opening thing here that you pop open, and there are your CO2 cartridges. You have to put them in order. So that one there says first. You pop that one in first, and then crank it up with the supplied Allen key, then crank the other one up. Once you've done that, well, while you're doing that, there is another door here that you push and open. You load up about 300 BBs in there. Once you've done that, you close it up, you put that back on, and then this is where it gets kind of interesting. There is like a tab here that you have to pull. You give it a shake, you pull this, and you just crank it like that. I think you only have to do it once. I found myself doing it a couple of times, and what it does is you can see then all the BBs, all 25, that it basically sort of lines them all up in position. And then you chuck the magazine in there, in the magwell, like so. And away you go. You cock it as well. So you cock it, that would spring forward, but there's no rounds in it, so it's locking back on the last one. And then, if I can hold that bolt release open, it should sort of, so it's got a bit of gas in. You get the idea. Pretty damn cool, to be fair. I did have a few sort of stoppages where BBs were, I think they were getting stuck in the magazine, so I may have overfilled the magazine, but after a bit it seemed to work all right. I gave it a bit of a spray of silicone and then it seemed to run really well. But such a fun little rifle. If you're into your BB rifles or your CO2 guns, you know, full stop, then I think you'll have some fun with this. It's definitely, it's a cross between, I think it's a cross between sort of like a Ruger 1022 and Chris Vector. It just seems a little bit like that, but you've got like this, it's almost like a rubberized grip here. It feels really good in hand. I'd actually like a 22LR version of this. It'd be really cool, really cool. So I'm not going to show you accuracy because BB guns ain't the most accurate, as we know, but I was just sort of paper punching, shooting my little gongs, you know, real good fun. I was just using the normal BBs that you, let me just grab some, sorry guys, I'm at the other end of the rack case. Your usual sort of blaster ASG BBs, I was using them. I didn't use any of the Duster BBs because I thought sometimes they're not perfectly round like a metal BB is. So I thought I don't want to sort of clog this up with its workings and whatnot. But it seemed to work all right with that. I was shooting it about 20 yards, paper punching, shooting my gongs, just having a good old time with it, really. You know, it's but no, a fun gun. It feels really well built. It feels solid. It is quite heavy. It's quite weighty. The red dot sight, yeah, it's all right. You get it with the rifle, obviously. It works all right. You know, if you want that style of shooting. If you don't use it, then you've got to sort of either put a scope on or something else. You know, maybe some BUIS or some Magpul M-Bus or something. Backup sights, whatever. But yeah, it was cool. Good fun little plinker. You know, it looks cool if you like white guns. A lot of people, I find, are tending to like white guns. I've noticed. I work in the industry, so yeah, they're getting fairly popular. So believe it or not, I like the grip on this thing. It's got like a rubberized panel there. Like I said, AR-15 style, ambidextrous safety catch. Your bolt release that works. Okay, so copy that. See how it's lifted up there. So if I press it, and then obviously it'll lock back on the last shot. But no, quite an interesting little gun. It always amazes me how some of these CO2 guns and you know, airsoft guns as well, the technology that's going into them is really quite cool. Who knows where we'll be in 10 years time with some of the technology. That's if obviously we're still allowed these things, but that's another story. Anyway guys, that's it. I'm going to leave it at that. That's just a quick rack and load review of the Crosman ST-1 semi-auto, or if you're lucky enough to be in a country where you're allowed full auto, then you can get it in full auto. But the ST-1 from Crosman, pretty good, pretty reliable. That's it. Thanks for watching. That's Rack and Load. See ya.